For a long time, Eragon was only aware of the burning in his side. Book 1, Eragon. Chapter 36, Murtagh. Welcome to Eragon and Back Again, a podcast where we explore Christopher Paolini's inheritance cycle, one chapter at a time. I'm Darien Smartt.
And I'm Lucy Hart.
And Lucy! Lucy, look who it is!
It's Murtagh!
It's Murtagh! It's Murtagh! I was going to be like, who is this mysterious stranger? But we lost our minds over Angela.
Yeah.
So why would we not pay Murtagh the same level of respect?
Agreed.
Would be wild for us to be
Oh
like,
my
I
gosh.
don't know who this boy, my new best friend, I don't know.
Yep.
But before we get into all of that, Lucy, do you have a spark of inspiration?
I'm going to say my spark of inspiration is getting a schedule down.
Nice.
For myself. 'Cause I'm a very, I love games where I recently started Skyrim again.
Oh.
And one of the first things I did was I went into Whiterun. I think that's Whiterun. Yeah, the Whiterun. And I went into the inn and I talked to the inn lady. And I just repeatedly, what rumors do you have? Do you have work for me? What rumors do you have? Over and over and over again. Now I have 15 quests.
Nice.
And I just like going through them and I like getting them done. I like lists.
Mm-hmm.
And it's unfortunate because they're everywhere. But so having a schedule and a list that I can mentally or physically check off.
It's like watching you play Majora's Mask.
Yes, it's real bad. I have a list for Majora's Mask. I have a list for Animal Crossing. It's insane. But
Mm-hmm.
I like having a schedule where I work. And then before or after my shift, I spend an hour editing the podcast and then an hour or longer writing. And then whatever time I have left that's free, I play my games.
Mm-hmm.
And that has really helped lower the panic of I have this much
Yeah.
to do and need to do. And it just really helps condense it to
That's
where I'm
good.
not freaking out.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my spark of inspiration is actually getting to a point where I have a schedule that I can do stuff. And even on my days off, I have every other weekend off now. My schedule changed.
Nice.
And I'm able to, I think I dedicate my weekends for actual relaxing time.
Good.
And my days, and then the 1 or 2 days off I have in the week before my every other weekend off. That is if I want to write, I can write. If I want to edit the podcast for an hour, I'll edit the podcast for an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Doing things that I need to do. But the rest of my day is I am forcing myself to relax because it gets really bad.
Yeah.
And my girlfriend is very on that. She's like, no, stop. You just go play your game. Go relax.
That's
Have fun.
good.
And I'm
Yes.
like, thank you, Claire.
That's good. Scheduling in time to relax
Yes.
is very important.
It's very important. So I'm happy that I've gotten to a point that I've made that and I have done it and it is working. And I feel less freaking out now.
That's so good.
Yay. Do you have a inspiration?
I
Or a spark of
technically
inspiration?
have 3.
Ooh.
It is all 3 hosts from the Return to Camp Half-Blood podcast.
Ooh.
So this is a Percy Jackson podcast
Yeah.
that I actually don't think we ever discussed it on our show, but I mentioned it when I was a guest on their show
Yeah.
ages ago, that when we were conceiving Eragon and Back Again, I was largely inspired by their approach to the Rick Riordan Camp Half-Blood series.
Okay, yeah.
Wherein they treat it very academically,
Okay.
like the English class you always wish you had.
Oh, yeah.
Is their approach. And initially they had they approach the chunk of chapters that they read, they have a theme where they're analyzing it to that theme, and I thought that was very cool. That is a thing that I'm like, nah, too much, we're not going to steal all of that.
Yeah.
But the inspiration of kind of being inspired, but I know these podcasters, I know this other show, and I think that's a really cool way of approaching it.
Yeah.
And let's take a page from that and bring that to really analyzing.
Yeah.
But specifically, I guested on their podcast as of the time of this recording last night, as of the time of this episode's release a month ago. Figure that out.
Yep.
But at the beginning, they just catch up a little bit and talk about what they're doing. And so all 3 of them are in the theater industry
Ooh.
in various capacities.
Yeah.
And working in shows, auditioning for shows. One of those, Brayden, is actively trying to open his own theater company,
That's so cool.
which I was shocked when he mentioned it on the show, and so was co-host Ava. And I was like, Ava, why are you shocked? And he's like,
That's
I
great.
haven't talked about it on the show yet, and Ava's been so busy, we've only talked while we're doing the podcast.
Yeah.
So I assume by now they have talked about it on the show. We cannot be breaking this news for another podcast, but it was just really inspiring. And they're all busy. Like, they're not, none of them are like full-time
Yeah.
doing, well, actually, Braden might currently be full-time doing it. So that's how he spends like 9-10 hours a day in the basement of an old theater working on these things.
Yeah.
But like the other two, they have like, they're in the restaurant industry in
Yeah.
between shows and doing this and sleeping for 15 minutes in between acts before they have to go on. And just the, not so much like just the inspiration of like the hustle, like the grind of what you want, but like making it, achieving it, going after it, like having it be a thing that you truly get to do as a career is hard. And I don't think that is different than people who are like, not that folks who just, I write for myself. I do art for myself. Like, I'm not trying to make this my thing. Like, I do it because I love it in my free time. I
like
think
a fun hobby.
Yes, like having it as a hobby is, I think, a completely respectful way of being
absolutely.
an artist. It makes someone no less an artist if they sometimes help with lights at their local community theater, or if someone that's their job. Like, I don't think being an artist is or should be measured on sort of tier hierarchy.
Yeah.
But for me, who struggled a lot getting back into writing after having a lot of like mental barriers to like reaching that well of creativity, it helps me so much to know people who do it.
Yeah.
To get to hear about them. And then being there, honestly, like, we're so tired. It's so hard. Like, this is so hard. But they're happy because I know I am the same way. Like, I not to say it's for everyone to be like, you should do it. You'll be tired, but you'll be happy. Like, that's not for everyone.
Yeah.
But I know I am, even when I'm like, oh, I'm tired. Like, today, I'm so tired. I was up till almost 2 a.m.
Yep.
writing. And also, it's also the first day yesterday was the first day of daylight savings, so everything is bad.
Yeah.
In terms
it's
of
real rough.
hours and sleep. So but I am so happy that I did that.
Yeah.
So just really wanted to shout out Return to Camp Half-Blood for letting me be on to talk about the books. Because they're always so fun. Their energy's so great. If you are interested in the Rick Riordan books, and well, one, I hope you listen to Muses of Mythology. Like, first of all, if you like those kind of things, you like this, you should also be listening to my other podcast. Like, hold on. Don't go listen to someone else's podcast if you like this before you start on mine. Muses of Mythology, we're on all the things. Go check it out. But also if you like the structure and the thoughtfulness that we bring to Eragon Back Again, you will really appreciate the approach that they have on Return to Camp Half-Blood. And these are just really cool folks. So that's my spark of inspiration, is just
I love that.
People, creatives out there being creatives while also making a podcast, while also trying just to live their lives.
Yep.
It's good to see, and to the tangible of like, these are real people that I know in my real life, and not just like that aspirational person who's so far distant.
Yep. I agree. And like, just I feel that so much because working 40-hour, a full-time job in retail, I come home so tired. So I definitely understand the like so tired, and like that's why like I'm just vibing with what you said, because I'm like, that's why I made a schedule for myself. You just have to do this for an hour.
Yeah.
Just an hour. And then you can relax. Then you can get off your feet and fully like lay down and play Skyrim or new Pokemon Snap or something.
But for you, you need to like, you're carrying the momentum of the day into continuing creative stuff before. Like, I think that's it's so smart to know that about yourself and what you need and how things are structured.
Yeah. So I definitely understand the want to be creative, but then you also have obligations as an adult and working and stuff and being just tired. And like, I'm so tired.
I'm so tired. And some days I just need to nap. And some days it's like, yeah, you're so tired. It's like, yeah, but I'm gonna revise chapter 1. I'm gonna sit down and revise chapter 1.
Have you finished?
So, you know what? Pinning it. Let's circle back.
Okay.
Let's circle back. Maybe I have a geode for the next episode.
I was like, we can.
Maybe I have a geode for the next episode
if we need to.
No, keep it in because that's funny. But today, we get to talk about Murtagh.
So excited.
The rescuer reveals himself to be a young man named Murtagh. Eragon doesn't know if he can trust the mysterious stranger, but he has more serious matters to focus on, as Brom's life hangs in the balance.
Yeah.
So wild, this chapter. I mean, not as wild as the last two, but just here's a new guy. Here's a new person. Guy. We haven't had a new guy in a while.
And like, even though Eragon, and I could be maybe having some bias in this, but even though Eragon's wary of this stranger, I don't.
I trust him completely.
Yeah, like I maybe not like trust completely. Just I'm trying not to like be super biased. So I'm like,
this is our best friend Murtagh.
Yeah, I'm like trying not to be super biased about it, but I'm also very much. I'm like, no, he's not giving off like sus vibes.
Mm-hmm.
He's giving off he took care of them, and like he didn't just immediately run off. He bandaged Brom,
mm-hmm.
and he even says like later on.
Oh yeah. So Eragon starts to stand up, but he falls back in pain. Murtagh tried to come to his aid, but Saphira stopped him with a growl. I would have helped you earlier, but your dragon wouldn't let me near you.
And then her name's Saphira.
Mm-hmm.
And then to her, now let him fly. I can't do this alone. Besides, he saved our lives. And Saphira's not happy about it, but she lets Murtagh step forward.
Listen. Saphira's having a bad time.
She really is.
Right? So I don't blame her for... Yes, this stranger saved them, but she doesn't know this man from Adam. And she does let him tend to Brom.
Yes.
But Brom is like... She likes Brom.
Yes.
But like, Brom is not her person.
Yeah, Brom is not her writer.
Anything could happen to Brom and she'd be like, well, life goes on. Eragon, though.
Yeah.
Don't come close.
Yep.
It's like, Saphira, are you going to bandage Eragon up?
Yeah, like, how are you going to do that? You got the big claws.
You got the big claws? you know your dragon teeth and just carefully wrap a bro. No, you're not. Let
you can't do that. You don't have thumbs.
No, you don't have thumbs, Saphira. I love when he wakes up and she's crouched over Eragon, wings spread protectively on either side. Like, she's just like...
Yep.
Mm-mm.
She's like, my person.
Yeah. But there's also a fire... She's not in the chains anymore. Like, she's freed. So Murtagh, this stranger also started a fire, freed her, bandaged Brom. Like, and I think it is, like, you're right, he's not acting sus. And I think, because, I mean, obviously, also, like, this should not be a spoiler to you, dear listeners, even if you've never read it before. Because I would imagine if you're listening to this podcast, you are aware that the latest book is called Murtagh.
Yeah. So,
like, this is a guy that we are going to hang out with for the rest of these books.
Yep.
And that makes it hard for us not to be like, oh my God, it's Murtagh! Wow, hey, look at you. Oh, sweet babe.
It's a sweet...
So free of trauma.
My God. I know!
I mean, not
really.
But comparatively.
Oh my God. Like, I was thinking about the book, Murtagh, while reading this, and I'm like, the poor baby. But I can't say anything more than that.
No. So again, listeners, no worries on accidental spoilers. Obviously, if we let things slip, we edit that out.
Yes.
More importantly, I have not read the book.
Yes,
Lucy,
and I don't want to spoil.
And Lucy would not. So, but what I will say is that just like reading the chapters where we're not even getting to know Murtagh. Like, he has revealed no information about himself except for he was also hunting the Razak.
Yep. And
so that's how he ended up being there that's how he ended up rescuing them.
Yep.
And we also get dude's a formidable opponent.
Yep.
He did. We saw his archery skills.
Yep.
He did chase the Razak off.
Yep.
He has enough skill. And also, Eragon's looking at him and he's like, this dude's tools are really nice.
Like, really nice. High quality.
Like, is he a thief or he comes from money? Like, what is this?
Oh, I do want to say, I just saw this. When Murtagh is patching Eragon up, he helps Eragon remove his shirt, then whistled. Ouch. Ouch. Eragon agreed with
yes.
Me. I just
those
love that. Because it's like when the Razak kicked him, he broke several
really hard.
Broke several ribs.
Mm-hmm.
And I just like that like, even though they're complete strangers, there is a camaraderie there of him being like, ouch, and he's like, ouch.
I think like it's empathy.
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
Empathy. And I think that Murtagh is also throughout the chapter doing things without being asked. Like,
absolutely.
He tends to the fire, he gets things, he makes food, like.
And like later when they try to figure out with Brom, he goes out and brings back like saplings, doesn't he?
Yeah, because they're building the thing that Saphira can carry Brom.
Exactly. So he like goes and just, like you said, just does that. I don't think anybody asks him to do that.
Actually, he does ask Murtagh if he can make the litter.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yep.
Because what they used for, similar to what they did for Garo.
Yep.
And he tells Murtagh, Saphira can carry him, but we need a litter. Can you make one? I don't have the strength. Wait here. And he leaves the camp and comes back with saplings. He puts it together. And it's also like, does demonstrate that, yeah, Eragon doesn't know the guy, but like, that's a big request for him to make.
And he just does it.
He's just like, I can't. And he also is like, I would do it. I can't.
Yeah.
And Murtagh's like,
I got you.
I got you. I got you. No worries. Well, we're in this together, man.
Yep.
We are ride or die.
Yeah. Should I cut this out? She fell over again.
Don't say again. That was Lucy, that was 2 weeks ago.
She fell over.
So, but I think much like how we praised Paoline for Angela just being such like an interesting character, a very memorable character, like I think he does so thoughtfully with Murtagh's interaction where this could very easily be a character that we, the readers, are just like, I don't know. I don't trust him. I think he's just being too helpful.
Yeah.
I don't trust him. But and again, it's like, it's like, yeah, we know Murtagh.
Yeah.
But reading it and looking at it, I think very much it is intentionally, we are supposed to get that this is a trustworthy person.
This is a good dude.
Yeah, this is a good dude. It's like, he probably has secrets. He was tracking the Razak. He's got money. Like, something's up. But it does not feel like he's working, like I think a reader could be like, he might be working for the king. And that's not unfair. But I don't think that is the conclusion that Paolini wants us to draw because of the helpfulness, because of like the empathy, the ouch. And
like the big thing, I can't remember if you mentioned this, he makes something for Eragon to eat.
Yes, he makes food. He makes some food.
Because it's like Eragon, what does he do? He heals Brom's wound because he unwraps Brom and he notices the slit in Brom's ribs and he heals it. And Eragon says, my head seems to be floating in clouds. And Murtagh, like without any hesitation, you probably need something to eat. I'll make soup. And just does it. Like, this guy is so empathetic, so good. And like, I just met these people, but you just did that. And that was weird because we don't really.
But he's also like does not see. He like watches him do the magic, but he's not surprised.
He's not surprised by it at all.
In fact, he knows. He's like, you should probably eat.
He knows, like, in situation too. It adds to Murtagh's mystery, whatever, because he knows just by that it takes energy to do that, and to replenish energy, you eat. Yeah. And so it adds to, like I said, Murtagh's being just mysterious in general. But again, it's just not
malicious.
Malicious, yes.
Mysterious in that we understand that this is a character who is not just some random hunter in the woods.
Yes.
Who's like, because also he sees Saphira at one point in time. Is it this chapter she flies off? Or
yes, it flies off.
Yeah, she flies off, and he says,
after he carefully tied Brom to the makeshift litter, Saphira grasped the saplings and laboriously took flight. I never thought I would see a sight like that, said Murtagh, an odd note in his voice.
Yes, that's the thing we keep hearing. There's something in his voice.
Yep.
That's not, it's not, because the first thing he says when Eragon's like, who are you? Asked Eragon, taking a shallow breath. The man's hands tightened on his bow. Murtagh. His voice was low and controlled, but curiously emotional.
I think what's interesting about that is that there's a hesitation of which he grips the bow, he hesitates, and then says Murtagh. So in that situation, like, we know the chapter is called Murtagh, but he doesn't give a fake name. Yeah,
which we know because other things, but I think that just adds to like the layers, the fact that he has, like he's pointed out, he hesitates and then tells Eragon the truth.
Yeah.
He could have so easily lied, given any other name. And it's like, again, the chapter's kind of a big giveaway, because if it was Murtagh and then he said, like, I'm John. Like, yes. It could also be called Murtagh, and then that's not his real name when we find out later, and it's misleading. And so, okay, we'll say that's a little bit of a spoiler for the rest of the book. But gang, as we said. Yeah,
but it just kind of adds that he does choose to... Because, like, this chapter could have been, like, the rescuer. And then he said a different name. Yeah. And I think, like, maybe that would have been a little more impactful, just with him not lying. But I do think that does add even just a little bit that he doesn't lie.
And the fact that the chapter's called this dude's name. Like, we haven't had a chapter that's someone's name.
Yeah.
Like that's
we didn't have
also
Angela.
Yeah, we didn't have
the
Angela.
herbalist, I think, was the
Yeah,
chapter.
the witch and the werecat.
Yeah.
But that's not their. I mean, that's about them, but it's not their names.
Not their
and
names.
yet there's like one more that I'm skimming through that is just a character's name.
Yeah.
I think that also like underlines that what Paolini wants readers to get with this character is, one, this character is definitely important.
Yeah.
And two, they are someone Eragon is going to need to have.
Yeah,
Like,
and I think that adds a lot, because having this chapter be called Murtagh and then this character come in whose name is Murtagh
Mhm.
adds such a weight on the character
Mhm.
for having like this character is so important that the writer purposefully adds emphasis on
Yes.
his name and character by calling this chapter his name.
Yes,
like it is such draws attention to it.
Yeah,
Yes.
wants you, the reader, really to like you
Yes.
said, if it had been called The Rescuer,
Yeah.
or Aftermath,
Yeah, Aftermath,
something like that, it would have been interesting, but it would not have been as impactful. It would not have signaled to us that we really do need to be paying attention to this person and what
And then
he does.
I'm so sorry.
No, go on.
Our listeners, I keep jumping back and being like, and this is how he's so cool, and this is also how.
But
he's
he's
so
so
cool.
cool.
But he's so cool. But he even cares that about Brom. Like they're complete strangers, because Eragon starts to unwrap the bandages, which I mentioned earlier,
Mhm.
and Murtagh says, "I wouldn't do that. He'll bleed to death without it."
Mhm.
Like he cares. He is empathetic.
Yeah, he's like,
It just kind of proves like not only is this character important, but we're getting a sense of maybe like a little sense of like unease, because we did just come out of like a high stake
Mhm.
chapter into this, and so we're like, who are you, what are you doing here? There might be like that, but Murtagh continuously proves that he is trustworthy, that he is
Yeah.
an okay guy.
Yeah.
He cares about them, just met them, but he still wants to put in the effort to take care of them, to
Mhm.
help them.
yeah. And
I mean, he does have like a side agenda, but
yeah, it's like very well like maybe he's a bounty hunter and he wants to get them before the Razak do, because
Yeah.
it's worth more when the Razak were going to kill Brom. He's like, no, I want so very well it could be that, but the empathy of just ouch, and then making him food. He doesn't have to. Like if he's just capturing Eragon, he's like, oh, I feel weird. He's like, wow, that's weird. I don't know, man.
he could just be like, here's some rations, but no, he actually takes the time to make a soup.
Yes, because also I think if he actually already had rations for them, it would imply he was planning on eating them.
Yeah.
And that would make it suspicious. But he's like, I'm just gonna make some soup.
Yep.
Yeah, it's so interesting. Like there's just the consistency in Murtagh. Like he helps and he keeps helping. And he keeps helping and he keeps helping.
Yep.
And there's never a time where there's anything in his behavior that really seems like it's meant for us to be like, that was weird.
Yeah.
So later on, if he does betray them, we can be like, oh, it didn't come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, it does seem like we are like intensively.
Yeah. It's not also to say like he doesn't have his own agenda. He's not completely selfless in this. After Saphira runs off and Eragon's like, you should probably stay far away from us. The Empire's chasing us.
Mhm.
Like it's not great. And Murtagh's like, where are you gonna go? Like if you just leave me. And Eragon's like, I have no freaking idea. There's nowhere they can rest in safety.
Yeah.
And Murtagh's eyes glinted as he fingered the hilt of his sword. In that case, I think I'll accompany you until you're out of danger. I've no better place to be. Besides, if I stay with you, I might get another shot at the Razak sooner than if I were on my own. Interesting things are bound to happen around a writer.
Mm-hmm.
And so there, it's like showing like he has his own interests in traveling with them and choosing to travel with them.
Mm-hmm.
But again, like I don't think that undermines his kindness, his being a nice person.
Yeah, and then I like that Eragon's like, well, if he proves untrustworthy, Saphira can chase him away.
Yeah, Saphira just run. I mean, like fair.
Yeah, and she can. And in fact, that because I think it was already demonstrated that like he's scared of Saphira because like he's like, I would have helped you, but your dragon wouldn't let me. So it does demonstrate he's not capable of overpowering Saphira
her.
or outsmarting her or something, or he probably would have.
Yep.
So I don't think it's foolish for Eragon to accept this help.
Yep.
And then when they settle at the end of the chapter and they eat again, and I like these lines. They ate quietly, then tried to give Brom water, but the old man would not drink. Stymied, they spread out their bedrolls and slept. And I like that it's they. Yeah. Because it's demonstrating that Murtagh is helping to try to take care of Brom.
Absolutely.
Like it could have just been Eragon tried to do this while Murtagh watched, but it is that is the underlying of like, this character wants to help.
Yeah.
And we don't know why.
We don't know
He definitely
why.
is like,
Yeah.
okay, but no, you're a rich dude who's hunting the Razak. Like, this is, and you know that you're not fazed by Eragon at all. Like, you're definitely hiding something. Like, we have not got your backstory. We don't know your lore yet. You've got lore, capital L. But you can hang out, and I'm not worried you're going to stab my boy in his sleep.
Yeah, and I think it's also, like, it shows Murtagh is continuously understanding that Eragon is not at full strength yet, and so he is, by helping Eragon with Brom, he is also helping Eragon, because Eragon could hurt himself some more, trying to force himself to do these things, and all of that. So, yeah, I just highlighting just all the highlights on Murtagh just being a good dude in this chapter.
Yeah. And also, he's, like, Eragon doesn't have friends.
No.
Like, Eragon, I think another thing is that, like, has never had, like, in Carvajal, he had his cousin, he had Rowan. And who else? Who else did Eragon hang out with? Like, no one. He worked on the farm, he hung out with Garo and Rowan, and then he bothered Brom, the storyteller.
Yeah, and I don't think they mentioned, like, anyone else, like, his age that he really hung out and had friends. Because he was busy. Like, farm work is busy work. And they're, again, like, outside of Carvajal, so traveling into town to see any friends would take is like, it's not like they have
Little House on the Prairie school, like, no. And then when he's been with Brom this whole time, he's been with, like, Brom, and they have not interacted. So I'm also pleased that, like, because I think Eragon clocks that it looks like Murtagh is maybe only a couple of years older
he says I was looking for that. He says he appeared to be a few years older than Eragon and perhaps an inch or so taller. So
well, yeah, Eragon, you're 15, you're not done growing yet.
Yeah, and I think, like, I can't remember how old Rowan was, but this might be one of the closest.
I thought Rowan was like maybe 18. I felt like Rowan was older.
3 years older. So probably the same age as Rowan then.
Perhaps, yeah.
So maybe there could be, like, maybe I'm, again, reading in too much into this, but, like, maybe that's Eragon feels a little at ease with him because Rowan vibes, possibly.
Yes.
Like, around the same age as Rowan and just helping and being nice and maybe, and I feel bad about joking about this because Brom is really injured right now, but just being glad to be around someone closer to his age now than Brom, who's significantly older and more of a mentor, whereas this person's more of a comrade kind of thing. Yeah,
and I also just, like, I like it when characters have friends.
Yes.
And so obviously reading this, and the chapter's called Murtagh, and he's like, also when, like, I love that Eragon gives the whole thing of, like, nah, you'll be in danger. We gotta go. You should leave. And his Murtagh says, oh, pretty speech.
I love that so much. What a pretty speech.
The glib.
Yes.
Yeah, man, whatever. You have no idea.
It's so good.
So I'm also just always happy for characters to have friends.
Yep. I agree.
And I see Murtagh. I was like, we have a friend. Oh, there's a friend. Everything was so wrong.
Yay, it's a friend.
So that's really it. We could I think if we kept talking, we just keep talking about how
Murtagh,
because I feel like the chapter is very largely, like, dealing with Brom, obviously, but very much, like, over and over again demonstrating Murtagh.
And it really does highlight Murtagh's character, which is fitting as the chapter is Murtagh.
Exactly.
But it just does highlight Murtagh's character. Like, we don't get to know him as a character, but we know his character.
We don't know anything about this man.
Yeah.
But I trust him.
Yes. We know, like, we know his character through his actions.
Yes. Yeah.
So, and that's all we know.
And that's the kind of thing you set up when you want the readers and then the other characters to ask, do you need to know someone's history to trust them?
Yeah, very much so.
The last thing I do want to talk about a little bit is we touched on how Eragon heals Brom.
Yes.
But he doesn't really heal Brom.
He doesn't. I remember reading this, and can't remember if it's me having read this series before or not, but me being like, dude, like, you don't know what you just sealed in. Like, he seals the top of the skin, but nothing else. And if you think about the damage, like, if a knife goes in, there's
a Razak knife. You know this is covered in bacteria.
Yeah, like, not good. And you also, like, you don't know what else is on that blade. Like, you don't. And so if it's just, like, a naked blade, that's fine. There could be, like, bacteria, as you said, but, like, poison? Like, I don't think the Razak would be so low as not to do that. Like, they would absolutely do that. Yeah. But it's also, like, if you think about, if you get stabbed in between the ribs, the top of the layer of the skin is not the only thing that is damaged. There's lungs, there's muscle, there's bone, there's veins, there's all that in there that can also be severed, cut, damaged, ruined.
Yeah. And so, and I think, and Eragon, because he acknowledges, like, all he does is heals the top layer, because Murtagh asks if he's completely healed. I can only mend what's on the surface. I don't know enough to fix whatever is damaged inside. It's up to him now. I've done all I can. And healing magic is so interesting to me.
Yeah.
And largely because, I mean, I'm actively writing a book where a character is a healer professionally in a setting where it is treated like being like a doctorate, like having to go to school, having like you have to have knowledge about the body and the way it works to heal. And so I feel like it's like, did Eragon make it worse?
Yeah.
By like just not leaving it as, but maybe it doesn't matter, but it feels like just sealing that with the damage still inside. Like
there's also like Murtagh says that he could bleed to death. That doesn't stop internal bleeding. Like you just you're sealing the blood that is pouring freely into the body. And that could like sometimes blood is in us, but it's not meant to go everywhere at once. It's supposed to stay in the veins.
Yeah. So, and then if it's sealed and the body can't force out things that it needs to. But he doesn't know. He literally doesn't know. And also, who does know? Angela probably. Let's cards on the table. Listen, they don't know anything about geology, probably. They don't know anything about bacteria, right? They don't know anything about microorganisms. They definitely don't have, like, advanced anatomy.
Yeah.
So, like, Eragon is just trying to keep him from bleeding out. And that is an important first step. Yes. But I do really like when he calls to Saphira, "Help me, Saphira. I'm too weak to do this alone." Saphira crouched next to him, fixing her eyes on Brom. "I'm here, Eragon." Her mind joined his, new strength infused in his body. That's cool.
That is very cool.
That's some cool dragon and rider magic together.
We do get a cool little thing about that. Yep.
Yeah. So even saying that, like, maybe Eragon made it worse, I think when he says he does all he can, like, yeah,
he does.
Because what else was he supposed to do? He tried. He literally, like, he says heal, but he couldn't heal anything inside because he doesn't know what's inside.
Yep. He doesn't know how to heal at all.
So,
or at least he knows how to heal, but he doesn't know how to heal it completely.
Yeah.
What it needs to take to heal everything.
And also he elects to heal Brom over himself.
Yes.
Because they've just dealt with his ribs. They've just dealt with that. And
I mean, he could feel a sense of like he can't heal his ribs and he can't do anything else except this. So maybe it could also be like Eragon being like, well, at least I can do something to help. And that's what this is.
Oh, okay.
But heavy end.
Let's talk about some fun things from listeners.
Yes.
From months ago now, probably. We've got from, I want to do a real quick Spotify roundup of comments.
Yeah, go ahead.
From my girlfriend Kelsey. What? Sorry to put her on blast like that. But when we asked who your favorite shapeshifter is, all caps Nimona. Need I say more? I like that Nimona's shapeshifting is silly and playful, but also deeply meaningful because it affects how a Nimona is received by the rest of the world. And honestly, I was embarrassed that I didn't think of Nimona when we were talking about shapeshifters in that episode. Like, I knew I was missing someone big. Yes, Nimona.
A Nimona, absolutely. Yep.
Shout out to Yo Boy Freddy, who just chimed in to let us know that they're busy with Brisinger, which is the third out of the 4 inheritance books.
Oh, very good.
So, yeah, I hope you're enjoying it, Freddie.
Yeah, I hope you're enjoying it. I'm excited to get to that one and all the others. Very excited.
And then listener Ethan Mason has left a couple comments on a few episodes recently. I imagine they're going through. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Always an honor to realize someone is binging something you made.
Yes.
But they say how they started reading Eragon when they were 13 and they're 29 now.
Oh, very cool.
And they've easily read it 80 to 85 times.
Oh, that's so freaking cool.
I was grounded from reading while on vacation.
Oh, the worst.
The worst. I've been there. But specifically, when I first heard the voice for Saphira a year ago and hated it.
Yeah,
so just validating
I just vibe with
loose.
you, my dude. Like, the audiobook is cringe. Anyway.
They chimed in about our speculating on how he was able to do Brisinger like that. And they said, my guess on him saying Brisinger is purely instinct. What's the word for the symbol on the hand?
The Gedway Ignacia?
Tingled before the danger struck. Why wouldn't the same cause his body to recognize ancient language after hearing the true name? Which honestly makes about as much sense as anything Paulina gave us. So sure, Ethan, man. Absolutely.
I go with it.
No notes.
Yep.
And I think one we talked about is what is your favorite magic system?
Yeah.
Definitely the inheritance cycle. If I could, I'd get a mod for Skyrim.
Ooh, yes.
For the Switch to switch it to, it'd be cool. It makes it more understandable, more of a toll of magic rather than just waving a stick. Ooh,
yeah.
shots fired.
I like that.
But if you listen on Spotify, definitely just, it's there on the app. Chat, let us know.
Yeah.
And if you're like, oh, I don't have any thoughts on the question they prompt, but I have other thoughts. Yeah, we're not mad.
Yeah,
I would not
go
be
right
mad.
ahead. Like,
for
any
you just
comments
to-
is nice.
Yeah, chime in. Let us know what is up.
Yeah, absolutely.
We got to shout. We got Curtis.
Yes, Curtis.
We got it, Curtis. So on the topic of shapeshifters, we've got Curtis Moore, just apple of our eye, listener of our hearts.
Yes. It's always good to see.
Always good to see we got a message from Curtis.
Yes.
Okay, I have two favorite shapeshifters. One is Strong Bad from the shapeshifter email, entirely because now whenever I see a shapeshifter in any media, I can't not give their shift the Dwayne sound effect. And I don't know what that means, but I'm delighted to know it exists.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing it.
Yep.
But my serious one is Barak from the Belgariad, because I like how his shapeshifting does come in handy when the plot demands it, but also causes him real problems in his personal life, and that makes sense. And honestly, every time I remember the Belgariad exists and is a book series that I did in fact read all of, it throws me for a loop. I'm like, there was a shapeshifter in that. Oh my god, I forgot. Wild. We also talking about what are your creative resolutions?
They were just like resolutions in general, I think.
Yeah.
The New Year resolution.
Yeah,
I think,
yeah,
is what we
about,
talked
like,
about. Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And Curtis is actually going to send out queries to agents instead of just researching them and adding them to their list.
That's so good.
That's so big and so scary and so courageous, Curtis. Congratulations. We talked about the book that always wants to make you write more.
Mm-hmm.
For Curtis, it's All the Pretty Horses. My experience has changed a lot with it over the years because when I first read it, I was the same age as the main character and their actions seemed pretty reasonable. Now that I'm in my 30s, I'm like, you two are basically fetuses and you really need to go home to your moms right now. But I still love it and it always makes me want to write something as beautiful as the opening chapter of part 2. And it's like, aw.
Yeah.
But also, aging past your favorite characters is such an unfortunate reality.
Yeah.
Where you're just like, oh no.
You're like,
babies,
no,
go
I'm older
home.
than you. Yeah.
Your children, stay
Yep.
home. Why are we sending these children out?
Yep.
And then Lucy, you'll love this one. The cute moments. We shouted out a couple episodes back.
Yeah.
Like, what are your favorite just moments of happiness and cute moments?
Absolutely.
The first Law trilogy, when the named men in the north are just sitting around the campfire roasting each other.
Yes.
Love
I
a
love
literal
it.
roast. Like, it's just, yeah, I just love it when groups of characters get to hang out and just
Talk
hanging
shit.
out, talking shit, just relating. Yeah, it's nice.
Yep. I agree.
Whew, what should we have people do for this episode?
I'm thinking of one. It
Mhm.
might touch on.
We haven't done our writing takeaways.
Oh, we haven't done our writing takeaway.
Oh my god. We're all out of order. Writing takeaway. I think definitely we touched on this a little bit, Angela, about making a character memorable, especially if they're going to come back different times. For Murtagh, I think it's differently. I think that it kind of like first impression, but like using the first impression to set the expectation with your readers about what they need to understand and expect about this character.
Yeah.
Which is something that, like, going through recently in my writing, I noticed I was very, very intentional about that with the opening chapter and the first character. Like, I have 3 POV characters, and with the first POV character, I was very, very intentional about that with him, with really wanting character and readers to really understand this character and what they're about.
Yeah.
And then when I reread the second chapter, which is a new POV character, I realized that wasn't really there at all. Like, I'd written the sequences and I was happy with the chapter, but I did not have as many of those things. I felt like I wasn't quite as intentional with her.
Mm-hmm.
And so for real, writing takeaway is like using that opportunity to setting an intention and an expectation with your readers when they meet a character.
Yes.
Because I got to go back and do that. So that's mine.
Yep. That's good. The only thing I can think of is just adding to that would be like, again, it's like showing and telling. You don't have to tell us a character is good. You can show us through their actions.
Mm-hmm.
Or you don't have to, what you said earlier about, do we need to know a person's background to know if they are trustworthy or not?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we know that we know that Murtagh is trustworthy through his actions and how he is helping we don't need, like, knowing more about him is always interesting,
Mhm.
but, like, do we need to know his backstory in this moment to know that about him?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of thing. So, yeah, I agree with you.
What do we need listeners to do this week?
So it kind of touches, the one that I was thinking of, it kind of touches on a little bit of the ending of last chapter, but it kind of carries on through with this one, just with Brom's situation. What would be like a heroic sacrifice?
Yeah, the heroic sacrifice.
The heroic sacrifice that somebody does, like taking a bullet or something. Like, even if the character doesn't have to die or anything like that,
Yeah,
but just something heroic, like someone.
It's fun to give characters a heroic, like, saving a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or what would be like a heroic saving of another character? Let's say that.
Yeah.
A heroic saving of another character, because Brom does that to save Eragon.
Yeah. Moments of, like, when, hey, oh, sorry, my answer. Zuko saving Katara from Azula.
Yes.
During the Agni Kai at the end of the Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yep.
Just great.
That's great.
Just real great.
That's great. Like, that's the flavor we want.
Yeah.
Is that
like,
kind
Zuko's
of
fine at
sacrifice.
the end, but, like,
yes.
Azula's just lucky she didn't bloodbend.
Yeah.
He's just lucky it wasn't a full moon and she wasn't bloodbending, because it would have been over for her.
It would have been real bad. Like, even with the comment, like, ooh, yeah, that would have been interesting. Full blood waterbender with a full powered firebender. Like, whoo.
And Katara would have too if she could have. Like, this isn't her being like, it's like, yeah, she doesn't want to do it regularly, but, like, listen, if it needs to be, gotta.
Yes, absolutely. So,
okay, so those heroic moments of one character saving another, what is the one that sticks with you?
Yes, that.
Fantastic. Well, hey, yeah, let us know. Obviously on Spotify, hit us up on Instagram. If you just want to send us an email, you can do that too.
Yep.
If you are a patron, you can chat with us directly there as well.
Yeah.
We do have that Patreon still. Obviously still. We have the Patreon now.
Yep.
Patreon.com/EABA. You can still, if you want to check it out, we've got the first of our bonus episodes covering Anne McCaffrey's Dragon Flight, the first of the Dragon Riders of Pern series.
Yes. Exciting.
And until next time, she's Lucy Hart.
And she's Darien Smartt.
And this is Eragon.
And back again.